Welcome to next episode of NC Web Dev live webinars, the regular Thursday events. And today we're going to talk about digital marketing, and one of the most important things that everybody thinks about when they think about digital marketing, it's about sales and lead generation strategies. How do you get leads out of marketing? Yeah. So we're going to wait another couple of seconds while we can give other people a chance to log in after they got their notification of us going live. We usually do this for about a minute before I start. So we got 8, 5, 2. Okay, hello. Welcome to our NC Web Dev Thursdays webinars. Today we're going to talk about digital marketing and lead generation strategies that can be implemented in digital marketing campaigns. So if you're looking to get started in your business, or if your business does not have enough leads, you're in the right place. You're going to find a lot of good ideas to get in front of a lot of people, or get a lot of people to come to your site and see your product. And since we've been working with Jason for several months now, and he's been learning quite quickly, and very good friend of mine. In his previous company that he was working with, we set up a very good lead generation system, and I'm going to let him start, because we tested many of the things that we talked about. We're going to talk about today. We tested with him, and so he's got some experience now, and he's actually decided to help us out and join our team as well now. And so, well, anyway, without further ado, here's Jason. Listen to him, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
Thank you, Corel. Appreciate the warm introduction. Hello, my name is Jason Ho. I partner with NC Web Dev on the digital marketing side. So this is probably a very relevant conversation for me to have with you guys. So I would say that when I first started, I was really hesitant about getting into that space. I never really understood it. Social media really wasn't my thing. But I realized that if I really wanted to grow my business, that's something that I really have to learn. And, working with these guys, I've learned quite a lot. And the results I've seen is something that I haven't really come across in years. So I can tell you that if this is something that either you're thinking of doing, or maybe you even haven't thought about doing it yet, I would really consider it, because chances are in your industry, there's either people doing it already or people are starting to. So if you're in an industry like mine, where there's not a lot of people who started doing this yet, so if you're one of the first ones who kind of figure it out and use it effectively, well, it's really a game changer for you guys. So let's go do this presentation. So types of lead generation strategies, as you see on the list, there's a lot of them here. I'm not going to go through each one. I'll probably touch on a couple of these, SEOs, the search engine optimizations, webinars, social medias like LinkedIn. Those are ones that I've used in the last, 6 months or so. But again, one thing to really think about is every single industry is probably more effective if you do this or this. So while I had the most success on, let's say, LinkedIn and webinars, you may not get the same thing. So one of the things you'll eventually have to figure out is you kind of have to work on trying a couple of these and see which one you get the best results.
Okay, thank you, Jason, for now. And we'll get back to you in a few minutes again. And one of the first strategies, because this is my specific area, is SEO content. I don't build the websites per se. I do create the content, and I do design. I participate in a design of the SERPs, landing pages, and magnets. Those are the three main topics that you can use your website for. And SERPs, basically what that is it's nothing. It's just a very, how would you say, a very professional or expert sounding acronym, but all it is a search engine results pages. What that is if somebody, if you enter a search query into Google, then what happens is Google displays a list of pages, and those are the SERPs. All the top first page, because not many people go to second page, so whatever appears on the first page, other than the ads, talking about organic SEO, that's SERPs. Those are the pages that get indexed. So basically when people come to those pages, you want the pages to include some kind of action, something that you want to follow up with the people. Generally, number one thing you want to see there is people actually seeing what they came for. You don't want to have any bait and switch kind of a technique, or bait clicks, how they call now in the digital world. You just want something like, you want to offer something to people, your product, your service, you put it on that page, and if you want them to convert, you also put some kind of a activity for them to do, whether it's fill out an application, fill out just your email to get more to get more news or content, etc. Landing pages, it's not much different than, well, I would say not much different. It is different. It appears not to be very different at the first sight, because what it is, landing page is a little different from SERP because it does not need necessarily to display any search engine results in the organic part. It could be a landing page that's set up just for one specific product, purpose, webinar, seminar, whatever you're trying to get people to come to your site for. And the difference is that the SERP pages, they have to have links to other places on the website, and the website has to link to them. Whereas if you define a landing page, that's a page that does not have to lead anywhere. It's good if it's on your site, but it does not have to have any other further links or nothing like that. It is used in specific marketing campaigns to convert visitors into leads. What happens is, or sales for that matter, and that's how you measure conversions. You measure them on the landing page, or the landing page can lead into a sales funnel. So that's something that's a little different than a SERP page. But anyway, those are the second one. And now the third one is magnets, elite magnet content. What that means is you give people information, product, sample, something. Say, listen, I'm going to give you a sample of our product. All we need is for you to fill out this form, and we'll get back to you. And whatever they came for, you give it to them. It's attractive to them, and you basically use that magnet to exchange their contact information for a sample service or something. So that's as far as that goes. The next topic is affiliate marketing, the lead generation strategy. Many of you may not think of it that way, but it is a very good technique. It works for sales, so why shouldn't it work for leads? In case of, for example, if you're looking for jobs, I think it's I can't think of it now. Oh, Indeed. Yeah, that's right. I couldn't remember that. Indeed. The difference in affiliate marketing with the companies I've listed here, Indeed, is that Indeed sends you ask for resumes, and Indeed just feeds your resumes. They charge you like $50 per each resume that they send you, and they don't care if you hire that person or not. You're buying resumes. You're not buying employees. You're buying candidates. So, okay, a candidate is great because you're going to get resumes from people that you're looking for to hire and stuff like that. But, it's not exactly affiliate marketing. Affiliate marketing is basically where you set up an account on a website. And affiliate marketing, by the way, can work both ways. You could pay for leads, for generating leads or conversions, for selling products and stuff like that. Or you could be the affiliate who actually provides the traffic to somebody else's website. How that works is it's kind of like you set up an account, for example, in ClickBank, which has over 100,000 affiliates worldwide. So if you're trying to sell some kind of a product and you don't care if you sell it across the globe, you set up an account there and you look for partners and you offer them a commission. You well define what that commission has to be, what it's going to be for. And then you just basically communicate. The guys that you hire, they do their job, and based on what they generate is you pay them. And the other samples is Awin, which has 241,000 active publishers. It's available for advertisers, agencies, and publishers. CJ Affiliates is another big one, which is, you can see those numbers there. It's got a pretty good market share. It's advertiser, publisher. And one of the interesting ones that we're working with now, testing, is landing affiliate pages where HubSpot, that CRM system that's second to only Salesforce. HubSpot helps with affiliate pages setup. So if you have a WordPress website, you could either have that designed, or you could just directly tie that into HubSpot, where HubSpot will automatically will automatically record the leads from that landing page right into your CRM system, so that you could then only administer and delegate or assign, how it's called, assign them to your sales team and to sales divisions or whatever system is. But HubSpot is a great way to have landing affiliate pages set up for you right on your website. Now, referral marketing. Why referral marketing how is that different from affiliate? Well, in affiliate marketing, you're working with people you don't know. In referral marketing, you work with people you know. You basically are trying to get your clients to get you new business, your satisfied clients. So obviously, some of your clients will not be satisfied, they're probably going to refer you. But to incentivize them to refer your services or products is you want to give them some rewards. I mean, it's quite common to see that today in the banking system, for example. I mean, every week I get, oh, you're qualified to get $100 if you refer a client to us. Real estate does the same thing, especially in rentals, is, oh yeah, give us a new tenant and we give you $200, $500 off 1 month or something. Google business testimonials is another great referral. You don't have to pay for that one, but and you don't get it. You don't like, because for example, if you try to do a referral program with somebody marketing, you basically pay him for that, your clients, to get you more leads. Whereas if you get your clients to give you business testimonials, referrals will come through the Google business page. It's something that's very important for you to have set up, by the way. We haven't really talked about that, and I think that's important. And so you should definitely have a Google business page set up, and you have your clients send them there to give you 5 stars, recommendation, referral, etc., etc. Some examples is of how it works in other companies, maybe give you some ideas. Tesla owner, if he refers a friend, he gets $1,000 off. Airbnb gives you up to $46 account credit. Robinhood stock, well, it's a stock company. You buy the stock, or you refer somebody, depending on who you refer, how much they invest, $250 to $225. That's the basic price running on with these guys. And now I know this is Jason's favorite, so I'm gonna give the word back to Jason Ho. He'll take you through the webinars and our experiences with them and with him. So take it away, Jason.
The next slide is definitely something that I'm very passionate about, these webinars. Looking at my specific industry, there's not a lot of people doing webinars, which sounds surprising. However, if you go on LinkedIn or you Google anything, there's really not a lot of people doing webinars. And, I would say this for a good reason, because it's a lot of work. It's not as simple as, turn a camera on and then get going, right? So the 3 buckets we kind of look at, number 1 are, relevant topics. If I created a webinar and I said that, hey, here's a way to save $1 on your next sales. It's not exactly the most sexy topic, not that interesting. But the topic was how I can help you make $10,000 in 1 week. More often than not, people will be more interested in that. So when you're creating webinars, you want to make sure that the topics you create are interesting. And you'll find that there are some topics where you'll hit a home run, and there's some topics maybe not as much. But that's a good thing, because for the ones that you really knocked it out of the park, you can go into further details because, there's a lot of interest in it. Versus if you had a topic where there was not a lot of people showing up, while that's not saying that it's a bad topic per se, it may be something where you may want to keep in your back pocket for a rainy day. Maybe you ran ideas, maybe you go back to it, but that's an idea. So the other thing you typically want to talk about is, what I find it very successful is if there's any updates in the industry, if there's new products, if there's new services. I will tell you that typically those will have a lot of traction to. But again, that's specifically my industry. The next thing you want to think about is what platform you want to use. Again, every platform is going to be a little different. One of our very first webinars, we touch on this a little bit. For example, LinkedIn is typically the best social media platform for business to business. If you're trying to, market to the younger crowd, LinkedIn may not be the best option. Something like Instagram could be a little bit better. So again, when you look at your specific business, you kind of look at the clients, what the marketplace looks like. Do you typically have older clients? You have typically younger clients, because that right off the bat can kind of tell you where to start. And I say start because for you to, do this in 15 platforms on day one, again, just LinkedIn alone, it takes so much work. Sometimes people don't understand it's just the amount of work it takes to make these things go live. So start smaller, right? Start first. For example, we started on LinkedIn, and we're started to now do this on YouTube as well, so that now if you see this live right now, if you're on YouTube, you also see this live. So for us, hopefully, as things get better and we automate things a little more, we'll probably start expanding things like Facebook or if Instagram works. But again, until we kind of research it, we're not quite sure. But I know for a fact at least LinkedIn and Facebook so far is working great. Tools, oh boy, tools. So again, people don't understand how hard this is. You'll find that, I guess for me personally, I would say that the two things you wanted to have at your disposal when you create these webinars is you want to have a decent camera and microphone. You'll see right now that I don't have my usual setup. I'm actually, if you can't tell probably by the background, this is not a green screen. I'm actually right now in Japan. I'm on a business trip, so I'm in my hotel room right now with you guys. We try to do this weekly, so we try not to miss a week. So even on vacation, spend 15 minutes to see you guys. But yeah, typically you want to have at least a decent mic and decent camera, because if you're visually, it doesn't look appealing, or you sound very hard and grainy, people tend to get turned off. Other tools you want to look into, for example, if you are interested in doing LinkedIn Live, one of the things you have to really get into are the streaming services like OBS. Not going to get into it. Again, a webinar about how to start a webinar on LinkedIn is probably a 5-video series how to get this done. There's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears for Corel and I to figure out how to get this done, but we figured it out. So again, if that's something you guys are interested in, you can always reach out to us directly, and we'll kind of give you some tips on how to get started for yourself.
Here, I'm going to pause you, Jason, for a little bit, because the one thing I'd like to add is that the webinars need to be ongoing. I think that's one thing you didn't mention. I'd like to add that. This means regular consistency, like we're doing every Thursday. You want to build up that audience. You want people to get used to the fact that you're available at that time. It's not enough just to do one webinar thinking you're going to get some results. It's important also to do follow-ups, but it's also important to run them regularly, so that way you build up your audiences over time. Because if you just do one, it's kind of like posting to a website. If you do just one post a month, depending on, you can have a lot of harder time to send out all these invites and do all sorts of marketing, whereas, because it's going to cost you maybe 4 times as much effort, maybe even more. But if you run it regularly, you send your invites, you do your thing, you do your promotions, people are used to it, so they sometimes come back immediately right back to you also by themselves on their own. They look for you, they refer you, say, oh yeah, you could always get good pointers on Thursdays from these guys at NC Web Dev. So that's just one thing I want to mention, add to the excellent description of webinars that Jason has given us. And so don't forget, if you're going to decide to go for webinars, do them regularly. Could be weekly, could be bi-weekly. They got to be ongoing. It's an ongoing thing that will generate you leads regularly on a weekly basis. And I think we all are interested in that. So anyway, back to you, Jason.
The next slide is, as I kind of talked about, right, email marketing. So the first on the list you'll see is cold marketing. If you're new in the industry, listen, and I'm not saying it doesn't work. There's plenty of people who started their careers on these cold lists. It's just that, chances are you don't want to, you don't want to do it because it's very difficult. On the slide, it says 1% of a success, but I feel like it's much lower than that. Because, for example, if I were to purchase a list of 10,000, let's say, contacts today, and I'm trying to sell insurance, well, chances are that the people that you bought the list from, well, they're just collecting names and emails. There's no checking, So the last time I bought a list, I scrubbed it through a system to kind of see, how many of these are like fake emails or dead emails, something like that. And about 4,000 out of the 10,000 kind of immediately dropped off. So what that meant for me was I bought something that, I expected 10,000 good emails or good contacts, but I really only paid for 6. And that's generally a normal thing. On top of that, again, cold lists are very general. So, I think there are ways to get better lists. But again, you're basically calling people. It could be just office numbers. It's a whole thing. So I don't want to get into too much details about it, but I'll say, if possible, avoid it. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say that it will never work. It's just that this may not want to be your main thing to focus on as you develop other resources to get clients. You might just want to add this for future because, again, 1% is still 1%. You never know, right? The next one on the list is warm leads. So that's definitely something that's a little easier. These are people that, met you in some form or fashion before, whether they saw an advertisement from you, an email, maybe you're attendee of a webinar. But these guys kind of have an idea of who you are, so that when you speak to them, they say, right, this is Jason Ho. I attended this webinar a couple weeks ago on this topic. You know what? Yeah, I kind of know what he is, and it's more likely that you'll answer my emails or phone. So, not rocket science. You'd rather have a warm lead than a cold lead. The last one is like lead magnets. So one of the things we do, we build this ebook that talks just about this, about digital marketing that we send to everybody. So we send people an ebook so that when they read the ebook, they can ask us questions because it's very generalized, right? But at least it kind of guides people to where you kind of need to go. We don't give you all the answers, but we give you some. But that's to kind of tee up the next meeting. So again, I'd rather have you on a warm lead than a cold lead. With that, I'll turn it back to Corel. I appreciate the time. Again, thank you for allowing me to come to the webinar. If you want to contact me, you can reach me directly at jason@ncwebdev.com. Shoot me email. I'd love to hear from you. So guys, take care. Have a great day.
Okay, thank you, Jason, again, and I'll enjoy the rest of your stay in Japan, and maybe again we'll get you in next week for a few minutes, take you off your vacation. But I'll try anyway. But thank you for your participation today. Let me just add a little bit here to the social media, and we could probably most likely in the near future, do something about social media, a special webinar for that and how it works. Basically, you got Facebook where you friend people, private and business, joining groups, because groups are pretty important on Facebook. And if you want to get local, Facebook is a pretty big space for groups and interaction. And then, so you create also your business page, and you get content, you share content to the business page, you get followers, which you then also can share to your personal wall, but you don't have to. You could keep that separate. And the only problem with Facebook is low conversion rates. You could see that 0.77%. So that means if you want to convert somebody, you need to work a lot harder, or try to get way too many, or many more leads, or many more connections or friends or followers than you would on the other platforms. But that's because of the generic nature of Facebook. Facebook's just like for everybody. So it's kind of like, you're mixing business and personal stuff. So, and that's why you want to really have a business page, and now Facebook has changed that. So they have now a special business page where you could actually become the user as your business page and interact as your business page. That's to kind of separate the business from sort of pleasure or friends, personal stuff. LinkedIn, that's what we are right now. Networking, connecting with professionals, joining groups, events, webinars. It may look like Facebook, and to a certain extent it is. However, LinkedIn is more focused. It's more focused, and basically your personal wall, there's no personal wall. Your personal wall on LinkedIn, meaning not your personal stuff. You don't post vacation pictures of what you had for dinner last night, unless it's business related. But it's your professional wall. And that's why the business page on LinkedIn is your business, and then it's your professional side is your personal wall. So, and it basically is the same way. It's business page, content, followers, sharing. And interacting is important. Always, just if you just share something from your website and you don't follow up on it, you don't talk to other people, you don't interact, Facebook's not going to work, LinkedIn's not going to work. So interaction is important. And the advantage of LinkedIn is because it's so business and because oriented and because there is no personal side to it, it converts. What, four times higher, almost 3.5 times. So yeah, LinkedIn. If you're doing business to business, B2B business, LinkedIn is your place. We also touched upon some of the Instagram, and again, Instagram is like everything else. Instagram is similar, but different. Because in Instagram, you don't make friends, you just get followers. The way you get followers, one of the strategies is to follow and unfollow, and you gotta like and you gotta post high quality content. Why? Because there's so much competition out there. Whereas on LinkedIn, there's a small percentage of people who actually share stuff. On Instagram, it's like 80 or 90% of users of Instagram are like posting something, and a lot of that stuff is high quality. So it's hard. It's hard to be seen. It's hard to go forward. You got to use a lot of hashtags. You got to time it right. It's all about timing. Also posting to to Instagram. But the advantage now is that it picked up a volume even and a lot of other stuff, because despite the competition, you could do images, videos, and reels now, which is like the kind of shorts. And that gives you more opportunity to be seen. So if you're not great with taking pictures, but you're great with videos, you could do that. So it gives you options. And Instagram is, as mentioned by Jason just a little while ago, it's more for the younger crowd. So if your target group is somewhere between 15 to 25, Instagram is probably your top choice. And that's it for me. Thank you for your attention today, and hopefully see you next week. There's a contact number you can contact us. And thanks again, and we'll be in touch. Have a great night.